Sean, I want to thank you for being a part of this presentation, for keeping our tradition of having the honoree humanitarian of the year come back the following year and participate, and I want to thank you. And I also want to thank Reckitt Benckiser for its outstanding support that you provided to this cause and the wonderful partnership that we have. Thank you so very much. Appreciate that. Now it is a distinct honor on behalf of CADCA's Board of Directors and all of our great friends across this country to recognize a gentleman who is a great leader and cares dearly about America, about its citizens and its young people, and that is Colin Reed. But Colin, before you come up, joining me are the many, many coalitions that we have across this great land. And I just want to share with you that there are more than 41 in the great state of Tennessee, where you reside, where you have the Grand Ole Opry, that support and encourage us to give this great recognition to you. In the great state of Texas, in the Dallas area, there are more than just 38 coalition members who endorse and support this wonderful award, where you have another wonderful grand hotel. In the great state of Florida, in the Orlando area, where you have another hotel, there are some 42 coalitions that have agreed and support this wonderful award. And we've invited many of the coalitions in the great Washington, D.C. area, and many of them are here tonight who also endorse this, where you have your most recent hotel over at National Harbor, which is a wonderful facility. You know, Dr. Sanjay Gupta, and we all know him from CNN, has compared, and we heard this at our conference that we had over at the Gaylord National, he has compared addiction to an earthquake. And tonight I think we can compare it to a flood. It is certainly a disaster in a life. It is a disaster in the life of a family and that of a community. But at the same time, lives can be recovered, they can be improved, and they can be always made better if you work at it one day at a time. And that's what Gaylord Entertainment is all about. So your wonderful action displayed in this video, your philanthropical work that you've done around this great country, the investments that you've made in the education and increasing the opportunities for young people in your local community and throughout the communities where your hotels are located, and in fact across this great country, it is a great honor for us to give you this award. But before I do that, I need to tell you that we entered into a contractual relationship to hold our National Leadership Conference in his wonderful Gaylord Hotel before the hotel was completed. And after we did that, in the second year, we ran into our flood, but it really wasn't a flood, it was the snowstorm of the century. It was the exact week that we were holding our conference at his hotel at National Harbor. But I'm so proud to say that the leadership team at National Harbor, at the hotel at National Harbor, sprung into action, and they made our life as comfortable as they could be. Many of them spent 24 hours a day at the hotel. They made all kind of concessions so that we could survive that week financially and not be devastated. And I want to say to you that your stars, which what he calls his employees, truly shined and bestowed upon us the kind of professionalism that we simply had not experienced. And I want to thank you and your stars over at the hotel in National Harbor for that. So it gives me great pleasure to invite you up to receive this Humanitarian of the Year and to say thank you on behalf of all of our field for your great leadership and philanthropical work. Colin Reed.
It's all mine now, right?
It's all yours.
Good. Excellent. Well, first of all, good evening to all of you, Mr. Secretary, generals, congressmen, and everyone else that's here tonight. I'm on behalf of our company, because I see this award tonight as a company thing, not a personal thing. I want to thank you all. But I also want to thank Sean for the succinct way he delivered his opening remarks. It's nice for the way he did that in a very good English accent. I also, if I may, I also want to pick up on that little interchange between Andre and Leon. And I want to remind Leon that the Almighty made very few perfect heads, and the rest they put hair on. Now let me, if I can, now let me get a little bit serious just for a second. That video you saw was a sort of an edited down about 15, 20-minute video before it got edited here. And I want to brag on our people just for a sec, because the true story of what went on May 2nd, on that Sunday, May 2nd, was pretty awful. We lost 20 lives in Nashville that evening. And we have one of our head of finance. He lost both his uncle and aunt that day coming back from church. And we actually had a large convention of the armed forces in our hotel. We had 1,000 members of the U.S. Army that day. And we were being told all day, we went into a crisis mode about lunchtime because of what had happened. We had 13.5 inches of rain in the space of 24 hours. And we were every hour meeting, and we were being told every hour by the authorities that everyone in town was going to be fine. The river would crest 2 feet below our levee the following morning. And it was by pure dumb luck we had somebody walk the levee to make sure the levee wasn't breached at 7 o'clock at night, and the water was about 5 inches from the top of it at 7 at night, and we evacuated that hotel. And so many of those folks in that video had their own homes flooded that day. And they stayed on the job. They evacuated. There was about 1,500 people total in the hotel. And we had a 2-star general in our hotel at the time who, as we had a few ladies complaining that we'd moved them out too quickly, we had a 2-star general there giving balance to the news media, saying, your people did a phenomenal job. And by 11 o'clock at night, that hotel had 8 foot of water in the lobby. And it was by the grace of God that we didn't lose anybody in that hotel that night. But as I said to you, we lost 20 in the city of Nashville. And we call our people, as Art said, stars. We believe that our people come first, not our customers, and that sounds crazy. But we believe philosophically that if we treat our people really, really well, they in turn will treat our customers well. And that's a philosophy that we have applied to the running of our business. And I want to thank our stars for, the fact that I'm here tonight, Art, is because of the quality of our people and our folks from National Harbor in the snowstorm, recently in the earthquake, and then we had our stars down in Orlando dealing with hurricanes. I feel that someone up there is not very happy with our organization. But I want to thank our people for the fabulous job they do. Let me just say this: one of the benefits of one of the bad things of coming last in the evening, whatever you have to say gets measured by the predecessors, and you guys did a wonderful job. Francis, your words were absolutely tremendous, and the two young guys, two young folks, I think the words they spoke were just awe-inspiring. This young man, Nick, I leaned across to Art when he was talking about his upbringing, and several of my colleagues know this. I said to Art, it was like deja vu, because I grew up in a home as a young person with a father who had an addictive behavior, and my parents divorced when I was 15, and I left home like this young man at 15 years of age. And I think you have two choices in life. You either succumb to those types of behaviors, or it leaves a mark in your life and you become a person that gives to others. And I applaud you and the young lady for the for taking a responsibility for yourself. Too many people are victims and they won't do anything about it, and I do applaud both of you. Let me just finally say, CADCA. I got to meet Art about, 5 years ago, Art? And before we'd opened the hotel across the street, and Art signed a contract to do business with us, and we have spent a lot of time talking to each other. Our company has a philanthropical side to it. We don't do it because people expect us to. We do it because we want to. We encourage our stars to engage in organizations like this one. Our company tends to focus very much on youth. That's where we give our money. And I want to applaud what you do, Art, what this organization does. Every day you're saving lives. It's an important thing. For us in our business, in the big hotel business, and by the way, if any of you want to book conventions, GaylordEntertainment.com. We're the best. We're the best in this business. In fact, when Art said to me, "Is it okay if we do this? You know, we'd like to recognize your company and you. Is it okay if we do it at the Ritz-Carlton?" And I said, "Yeah, you know, and then you can next time come and see how it's really done." But forgive me. President of Ritz-Carlton's a good friend of mine. You know, we philanthropic. As a company, we give to the youth movement, and this is a very good thing to do, Art. And we're going to continue to support CADCA. And again, I want to thank all of you for this recognition of our company. And I again want to congratulate Tad, Jerry, Francis, and the two young folks that got up here and spoken. Thank you very much indeed for having us. You are dismissed.
Now, I have something very special for you. So we went a tad longer than we normally do, but it's all been good. But I have something very, very special for you. You need to give me another 15 or 20 minutes of your time. You will not regret that you did. You must hear this group. They are phenomenal. They're in competition for some national recognition. They have already passed the first couple of hurdles along their journey to getting this national recognition. They hail from Howard University, you know, a very prestigious university here in the city of Washington, D.C. They're known as Afro Blue. So let's please welcome Afro Blue to the stage.
Good evening. As introduced, we are Afro Blue. It's wonderful to be here, see all your beautiful faces. Our first piece is called The Prelude to Episode. It's written by a Brazilian singer named Nando Laria. You'll notice that this piece doesn't have words, but we know that all music, words or not, has meaning. And we'd like to welcome you to bring your own interpretation to our music. All of the syllables that we'll sing just add to the articulations of the music, but we just invite you to reflect upon our music, and we hope that you enjoy The Prelude to Episode. Excuse us, let's get the pitch. Ba
Thank you all so much. Starting from the left, we have Shakira Rogers, Amelia Brown, John Kennebrew, Alex McKeithen, Amani Grace Cooper, Integrity Reeves, Devin Robinson, and myself, Reginald Golden. For our last and final song, we're gonna sing My Heart Stood Still, an arrangement of a tune written by Rodgers and Hart from their musical, A Connecticut Yankee.
I took one look at you. That's all I meant to do. And then my heart stood still. My feet could step and walk. My lips could move and talk. And yet my heart stood still. Though not a single word was spoken, I could tell you knew that I felt clasped of hands. Told me so well you knew. I never lived at all until the thrill of the moment that my heart stood still. Da 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 do ba da da do ba do ba da ba da do da da do ba da 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 do ba da 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 do ba da 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 you love. No, not a word was spoken, never a sound was heard. I know your story, word for word. Ba do da 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 do ba da da do ba da, and then my heart stood still. Clang, clang, clang with the trolley. Ding, ding, ding with the bell. Sing, sing, sing with my heartstrings. I was glad we were going uphill. Sing, clang, clang with the trolley. Ding, ding, ding with the bell. Sing, sing, sing with my heartstrings. When you kissed me, my heart stood still. I never lived at all until the thrill of the moment that my heart stood still. What a thrill! The moment that my heart stood. If you never tried it, then you know you should. The moment that my heart stood, I never ever knew that it could feel so good. The moment that my heart stood. Still.
One more round for this wonderful group, Afro Blue. Afro Blue. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for being such a wonderful audience tonight. Congressman Lewis, thanks for joining us tonight. It was a pleasure to have you here. Thank you so much. Secretary Whistler, nice to have you with us. Thank you for being here. My good friend, Secretary Shinseki, thank you for coming out tonight. Appreciate it very much. And thanks to all of you, but I want you and I to thank our very special people tonight. And I want to start with Ted and Jerry. Thank you all so much for your great leadership and being a part of this organization. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. To the one and only, the American legend, my good friend, and as she tells Deborah, she's my girlfriend, Frances Hesselbein. Thank you so much. Congratulations. And to our philanthropical corporate leader who cares so much, Colin Reed. Thank you, Colin. Thank you all for being a part of this. Thank you for being here tonight. Leon says good night to you. He had another activity he had to rush off to, but doesn't he do a wonderful job? Leon Harris, congratulations to him. So, continue to be everyday heroes. Be a part of our movement so we can continue to develop young people like the two you heard speak tonight, and let's applaud them as well. Thank you so very much. The evening is over. God bless you. Thank you very much.